Today on the channel, we're back again with another Maniacs retro unboxing. This time, we got two brothers named Rick and Scott, the Steiner brothers.
The spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another Maniacs Nerd Closet unboxing and review. And today on the channel, we got the Steiner brothers in retro form. And of course, for all your Maniac needs, Nerd Closet, I guess, maybe Facebook groups, maybe eBay. Not really sure right now as these are just starting to ship. I'm not sure if there's going to be extras, if the order was the order. There's a lot of mystery around them right now, but man, no mystery. If you checked out my unboxing the other day on the channel, as the Legion of Doom, we did unbox Hawk and Animal. Absolutely blown away with the quality, absolutely blown away with those figures. It was a very nice, pleasant surprise on those. I am hoping the Steiner brothers keep up the same energy. Hopefully these are just as good as those. As I love the Road Warriors Legion of Doom, my favorite tag team of all time, but Steiner's right there in the mix for number 2. Absolutely love the Steiners and can't wait to dive into the packaging on this one. And of course, gonna do this unboxing like we do all the other unboxings on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. And much like the Legion of Doom, we did get the protective case over the top, which is really a touch of class, really, at the end of the day. I love that they gave us this. I didn't think they solicited this when we did pre-order them, but it is a nice surprise here, a little added protection for your figures. A lot of people will probably be keeping these mint on card. They do look very nice, and I do like that they look different. They definitely set themselves apart from the rest of the retro collectors out there, or collections out there, I should say, between Epic Toys, Grapplers and Gimmicks, KWK, Zombie Sailor, even Mattel at this point. These look and feel different. Obviously a more retro, a little cartoonier maybe vibe to these. And then the box that they come in is totally different. So really doing a good job to set themselves out, and if it's different from the competition, that's not a bad idea if you ask me. So I do like that we got that with it. And then we get the box here, and I will be saving the packaging on these. That's how much I like these figures. I usually save the backings on my retros as well, but man, oh man, very cool packaging here for the Steiners. Got the blue and pink attack, looking very cool. A little bit of an homage. Oh, homage? Homage, Todd? Homage. Tomato? Missouri? Oh, we go for days, old Todd and I. But definitely looking good over here with the Steiner brothers. Got the window box right there. Get a little autograph action if you want to. Maniacs logo, of course. Officially licensed product. I'm guessing they signed the Steiners before they did go over to the WWE and the Legends deal. We've seen that with a lot of performers as of late. Most recently, Demolition signing these contracts, getting these figures going over there. Would not be shocked to see Demolition in this line, as they really seem to hone in on tag teams. We know we got the Powers of Pain coming in the future. Matt and Brian, the major players. I feel that's a niche. A niche? Oh, Todd McFarlane, get out of here. A niche they do have that you could go back and forth with. So I do like that they're giving us these tag teams. Would love to see Rock and Roll Express in the future, maybe even Midnight Express. Could we get that done? There's a lot of tag teams out there that I think are available. Killer Bees is another one that could be done. We'll see what ends up happening in the future, but very cool packaging here. Steiner brothers down low as well. Maniacs on the top. Scott, Rick, the Steiner brothers. Then on the back over, of course, you do get a little glamour shot, I guess, cartoon imagery of them. Little tail of the tape, a little bit of blurb. Let's see what it says about two brothers named Rick and Scott. From Bay City, Michigan. Beautiful this time of year. Cold up there in Michigan, though. Combined weight, 560 pounds. The Steiner brothers, Robert Rick Steiner, Reichensteiner, and Scott Steiner, Reichensteiner, debuted in 1989 after wrestling as amateurs at the University of Michigan and competed in ECW, New Japan Pro Wrestling, WCW, and WWF, winning 11 World Tag Team Championships and 1 United States Tag Team Championship. They are the first tag team to hold the WWF World Tag Team Championship, the WCW World Tag Team Championship, and the IWGP Tag Team Championship, and are considered one of the greatest tag teams in professional wrestling history. No doubt about it, got to be on my Mount Rushmore for sure. Legion of Doom, Road Warriors right there, number 1. Strong case for number 2 for the Steiners for me. Absolutely love that WCW tag division back in the day when you had the Road Warriors, you had the Horsemen, you had the Steiners, you had the Skyscrapers, you had the Doom, you had the Rock and Roll Express, Midnight Express. So many great tag teams back then. And those matches with the Steiners and Doom, oh my gosh, hard hitting. Even as like a little kid at like 8 years old, I knew I was seeing something special with those guys hammering it out, beating the snot out of each other. Their matches against Terry Bam Bam Gordy and Dr. Death Steve Williams, so many great Steiner matches over the years. Just absolutely breathtaking. Breathtaking right there. But let's do it. Let's get them out of the package. I should mention on the bottom, all the social medias, all the branding. You got to do that. Whatever you're doing for business, you got to brand it. You want to be able to have people find out where you are and how to get your figures. That's for sure. Pull it out of the packaging here. Looking good. Got a little bit of ring ropes back there in the background. Like I said, I'm saving the packaging. Beautiful plastic prison, like the kind of clamshell packaging. Have them kind of locked up inside there. Works out very, very nice for me. And we're going to go right there, and then we're going to stick them back in there. We're going to keep it all protected. Like I said, I'll just stick this back in that plastic, and we'll be off to the races with the old Steiner brothers. But now let's dive into their action figures here. Two brothers named Rick and Scott, of course. And we're going to go alphabetical, just like we did with the Legion of Doom. We'll start with old Rick Steiner here. And we got old Rick. Now, Rick looking very similar to Hawk and Animal, and I think we're seeing a pattern right here. And we'll compare it to that Hawk and Animal. But definitely looks like Rick Steiner. Somebody hands me this. I am not confused. I know exactly who this is. I know it is Rick Steiner. Now, a little cartoony in the face, but once again, it does have a Hasbro-esque vibe to it. A little bit more cartoony than Hasbro. But as we said in the Legion of Doom one, I always felt the Hasbro ones weren't cartoony until we got other action figures later on. Constant learning, constant improvement, more likenesses, a little closer in likenesses. It made those feel a little bit more cartoony, those being the Hasbro. I know a lot of people say, oh, that's the best Bret Hart scan ever is the Hasbro. And I'm far from believing on that one there. I always thought Bret Hart had way too big of a head, and I thought it looked very cartoony as a kid. Still do, in all honesty there. But Rick Steiner looking amazing here. Amazing. I love the teeth going on there. Got a little bit of teeth showing for Rick. You know, he's a little ferocious. He's the dog-faced gremlin, after all. You don't stick your fingers in his face. You just don't do it. Got the big Goose Gossage mustache going on in there. Really dating myself, even before my time. But I'm a guy that loves history of athletics, so especially the Oakland Athletics, as you know. But shout out to Goose Gossage, of course, New York Yankees. But more importantly, Oakland A's legend, of course, back in the day. Got the headgear going on, looking good, of course. Got the short brown hair. No doubt it is Rick Steiner. Now, he does got a little chest hair. It looks like somebody just got a pen and kind of dotted on there. Give me that real fur chest hair. Give me the real fur. Hopefully one of these days that does happen. Got the very iconic singlet over the top. Rick always with the wild colors on the singlet, looking really good. They did get his tattoos on the arm. That's a nice attention to detail, of course. Black knee pads down into the boots down here, looking very, very nice. Arms all the way around for us. Head back and forth. Waist articulation. That is it for the articulation. You do get white on the bottom of this shoe, black on the other. Always loved that Rick Steiner mixed and matched his headgear and his shoes. Always thought that was really cool. And he does fit on a Mattel ringside collectible stand for those keeping track at home. But now we're going to move it over to his younger brother. We're going to go over to Scotty Steiner, old Big Papa Pump himself. Interesting head on this one here. And I guess I should say not necessarily the head, but the hair. But Rick Steiner did, or Scott Steiner did have quite the mullet back in the day. You could set many a watch to if you needed to. A little bit high on the hair, though. It just does look a little bit strange on the hair for me, personally. I don't know if I could tell you this is Scott Steiner if somebody grabbed the head off. I could tell you it's Hawk. I could tell you it's Animal. I could tell you it's Rick Steiner. I think a lot of that has to do with the face paint for the LOD. And, of course, the headgear for Rick and the famous mustache. So it's Scott looking a little bit more plain Jane here, all things considered. But he does got 2 eyes, 2 ears, a nose, and a mouth. So he's playing those human hits. A little bit of mean mugging on him there as well. You do get another very colorful singlet over the top. You got the blue knee pads, the white shoes, white boots on him. Painted on black elbow pad over here, and then 2 Fists of Fury to match his brother. And one thing I'm seeing as we're going through these figures here is we're getting a very similar body. Everybody is reused City. Same exact figures painted differently with different heads. Got to get the most out of your molds. I totally understand that there, but would have liked to seen something a little bit different, but it is what it is. But once again, we do get different torsos. I mentioned it with the Legion of Doom. We do have different torsos with these two right here as well. But man, oh man, looking pretty good. And Scott should also fit on a ringside stand, I would have to think. What do you know? Fits right there. But we know these arm positions, the 2 fists and the muscles up in the air. We saw it with the LOD. Now we're seeing it with the Steiners, as we can see right here as well. So really getting the most out of our molds across the board. It is what it is. I understand it's the name of the game, but hopefully if this line continues, goes into the championship rounds, as we like to say, Maybe we'll see some different molds, some different bodies, some different arm positionings, but talk about knocking it out of the park on your first run. It definitely helps when you give us guys like the Steiner brothers in the Legion of Doom. Those are some heavy hitters that just your average collectors on top of your serious collectors want in their collection. So it puts them ahead of the game right off the bat, but then giving good quality, good feeling figures, nice figures. There's a lot to like about these, and I have to say, these could be the sleeper retro figures of the year. They definitely blew away my expectations. Very good job by the Nerds Closet Map Maniacs team. Really do like these figures. And of course, we had Scott and we had Rick in the past. We got them in Hasbro just like the LOD. So you can kind of see a little bit of a tribute on those as well. I don't know if I would say they're as good as the classic Hasbro's. A lot of fun playing days, same as the LOD back in the Hasbro days. But man, for these coming out in 2025, doesn't get much better than this. So really enjoyed both of these ones from Map Maniacs Nerd Closet. Hopefully we get more good stuff in the future. Really makes me want to get everything that they have coming out. I was on the fence before, but now bring on the Powers of Pain, bring on the Matt and Brian, bring on Demolition, bring on whoever you want. I'm here for it. But are you here for it? What's your thoughts on these Steiner brothers? Pickups, passes, long games, no games? What are your thoughts on these figures and the stylized nature of these figures as well? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the old notification bells. We got videos every single day and then some. We got even more content. If you can believe it, we got more content for you over on Patreon, your best way to support the channel. Should mention we're near and dear to 50,000 subscribers. Need your guys and you gals especially. Step up, gals, maybe. But we need your help to get to 50,000 subscribers. If we can get there by towards mid-March, we will give away 5 different items on the channel, so we need your help to get there if you guys want to do the giveaway. So we'll see what ends up happening there. Either way, we're celebrating 5 years with a special video, all kinds of fun stuff in that video, so stay tuned for that. Make sure you do subscribe. Check out my TikTok channel. Check me out at SirPaul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, and on Instagram. So for the Legion of Doom and the Steiner brothers, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.